See if we're live over on YouTube. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Is there anybody over here yet? Nope, not yet. We are live though. I'm gonna pin the thing up in the chat.
The wait.
So we ain't got no people yet. Ain't got no peeps yet. Yo, that's all right. That's all right. We'll get something going here.
Did you share that StreamYard in the comments in your last stream?
Won't let me.
That way, if anybody. Okay, I got you. Oh, so you're locked on that side. I see.
There we go. There we go. Now we got people coming over here. Yeah, I know Spitfire, Nikki Duncan. They're like, what the fuck?
They'll find their way. Yeah, the news will get out. Give it time.
Let me go over to my channel and make sure this thing on Rumble has gone live too, because I might have fucked up setting that up. If not, I can fix that real quick. Oh, it looks like it's going over there too. Good, 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 good. Good. So we're live. Yeah, I know, right? Jews and everything, right? Somebody just said that. We're like, I'm going, yeah, I know.
Oh, geez.
Looking over in the Rumble chat, and they're over here going, yeah, fucking Jews. And I'm like, yeah, I know. You can't say that though, I guess, because they're a fair and democratic country and they're our best allies in the fucking Middle East and all this other bullshit that's not even true, you know? So I guess we can't talk about that even over on Rumble. So they are a bit of a censorship fucking thing going on over there. And
you know what we can talk about though is the Blue Jays. We can talk about the Blue Jays and the baseball team in Toronto, Canada.
Blue Jays suck, man.
You know what? You know what? My Kansas City Royals, they're not really my Kansas City Royals, but they did beat them in 2015 for the World Series. And so, like, we can talk about that. We can talk about the Blue Jays. We can talk about how Blue Jays handle their underground activities at the ballpark. You know, insofar as like what you do below ground doesn't show up on the triangular thing. It's very similar to, you know, another thing, which is the starts with an M, ends with an N thing that is baseball, that is circus and bread. We can talk about the Blue Jays. We can talk about
all kinds of shit. We're just gonna listen. Here's where I want to go with this tonight, man. Is I want to talk about some of the shit involved in that. Yeah, and we can use the hobo speak of Blue Jays when referring to them. But this fucking filling of the swamp, man.
Filling.
Okay. All we're seeing is two sides of the same fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
You got your choice between Zionism and Marxism. That's the two sides. That's what the people chose, Zionism over Marxism. That is basically what the last election was.
Yeah.
And both of them end up with the same thing.
And it's repeatable. It happens every time.
God.
It happens every time.
It's happened before. It will happen again. It's happening now, for crying out loud. And they're for the benefit of the Elites as well. Did you ever see the movie or the TV movie? I don't know if it was a TV movie or not, but it was The Visitors. Remember that?
Yeah, that was way back in the 80s. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. It was from 81. Check this shit out here. This is crazy. It's like they laid their plan. This is almost like it was written today when you see it.
In the people's minds to accept our solution to the world's problems. The energy crisis here in the United States was exceptionally successful worldwide, and we expect similar success with our upcoming food shortage. Our labor leaders have made great progress by causing confusion and work stoppages in all areas of the world. Financially, the dollar is being devalued even faster than we could have hoped. Politically, the public has lost total confidence in any form of government. The threat of universal war is a daily possibility. As you know, we ourselves do not need to hold any visible office of leadership. As a matter of fact, it's better that we do not. We control the finances, news media, food, transportation, energy. We control everything. It is important that you, as world leaders, keep our program before your countrymen. With our World Bank and computer program operational, we now have the capacity to control the financial affairs of every human being on Earth.
Keep that in mind, allegiance to the plan and not to the country.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have any allegiance to any particular country? Like international bankers, perhaps, right?
Yeah, is it
Blue Jays? You know, Blue Jays don't claim any. They live in a lot of areas of the world, but they never have claimed it as their nationality or their home. You know.
Yeah, and you also have like the big thing for me is like mastering the language and the word spells. What you have to understand is like Sun Tzu said it best. It's like, how do you know that you're at war if you don't even know who's against you?
Exactly.
And it's very much there right in front of you. It's like, we're telling you that we don't like you. It's in their writings. It's in a very particular small group of people that may be a Blue Jay or may not be a Blue Jay. And they're telling you what they are doing. They don't even hide it.
That's the thing. The whole thing is that a Zionist isn't necessarily a Blue Jay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what identifying that group of people
right.
as who they are.
It just happens to be that the majority of them do have a strong allegiance to a Blue Jay nest, and at the expense of the rest of the world. Absolutely.
They've got Blue Jays running cover for them, even though they don't even know they're running cover for them. That's essentially what it is.
Right. And all in hopes of being the top slave to them, I guess. Maybe, I don't know.
I have a comment. So
okay.
I don't think the Blue Jays are one thing, but the hands and the claws that they have in all aspects of our lives, including the OU symbols and food manufacturing. I actually have this theory that all like the whole Kellogg's cereal issue and red number 40 and blue number 2, all of those companies are also
Blue Jay
kosher.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Look.
There is like the crown Blue Jay
infiltration
comes over the top
every economic, socio-facet, political, economic, and social facet of society.
But there's only 2%
domination. It's a road to full spectrum dominance. You understand?
It's the I did a deep dive into the Z's playbook, and they don't really hide it. They're just
the
saying
math doesn't make sense.
They're saying what they're saying.
The math doesn't make sense. If there are only 2% of the Blue Jays, then why are they controlling 99% of everything?
Yeah.
Nepotism.
So you have a protection of a species, I guess.
You saw how in that thing that we weren't allowed to watch, in that movie where the guy says, look, he said to all of his sons, he said, you establish a bank here and you establish a bank here and blah, blah, blah. So they were like branches of the same bank with a central wealth. And he said, in that way, you don't have to carry the actual money from one bank to another in order to do the transfer. It's only just you send a letter to your brother saying, pay so-and-so.
A SWIFT code.
All our one money, even though we're different banks, we're all one bank. You see what's going on?
The same routing number.
And they control the energy of exchange, which is currency, which is like energy, which what you get up to. They control all of that, and then that is ultimate control. And so, like, if you get to that point and you start to understand it, it ain't about anti-Semitism anymore. It's just about there's one group of people that control energy.
Let's finish this thing real quick.
Yeah.
By giving each person his own computer number. Anytime his number is used, we would know his financial situation at once. He could not buy or sell anything without his computer number. It will simplify their lifestyles tremendously. The end result will be a one-world monetary and government system that we alone will control. Yes.
What about the people who forget their number or their cards are lost or stolen?
We've made provisions for that. By using this laser imprinter, we can painlessly and permanently affix the person's number to the back of his hand or his forehead if he so desires. The numbers would be easily read by this new ultraviolet scanning equipment. For the purposes of demonstration, I've had such a number imprinted on myself. Once this number is imprinted, it cannot be lost nor can it be changed. Now, are there any questions?
What about the individuals who refuse to have this number implantation?
We expect some minor resistance.
We expect some minor resistance. You're going to get a buttload of resistance from me, man. That's for real.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, right? Because you've got people that have actually activated their brain and they can actually walk through this world and sort of look at the world and see what they see out of it. And this feels like predictive programming 20 years old, 40, what is it, 40 years old? 50 years old.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's 1981. It's 45.
So like
43 years old.
Yeah. So like you've got this whole thing here. And like if you didn't actually watch that in 81, I was 6 years old in 81.
It depends on
you were one.
It depends. If it came out before September, I was 0.
Yeah. So like you've got these whole little seeds that were dropped about talking about like, what we think the world's supposed to look like. Well, I mean, honestly, if you just don't make the agreement with that thing, you're in really great shape, and that's where we're at. It's like not making the agreement with this. And again, we've been able to filter it through over the course of 20 years, at least in my perspective, maybe longer for you, Saab. But like we've been able to actually filter it down and figure out, it's this small group of people that everyone's getting the names wrong on who this group of people is.
Right.
You caught up.
Everybody knows who it is. Everybody knows.
They do
not allowed to talk about it, and that's the dumbest thing because, like, here's what happens with censorship, right? If I go F you, you heard the word in your head. You already know what I fucking said. So what the hell good was the censorship, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
you've got to.
Almighty, what is it that you think that you're possibly hiding at this point?
Yeah,
nothing.
It's a good question.
Nothing.
Hey, can you post the link so I can share it with Roger in the private chat?
Yeah. What to the show?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Stream,
Look.
Roger was asking about. He's like, "Are you guys still on?" I said, "Yeah, we had to start another room, but I was just assuming he wanted to come."
It should be pinned.
I couldn't find it on Rumble. For all I know,
I'm just saying if you put it in the private chat here, I can copy it and then send it to him as email or whatever.
Just did.
Yeah. Okay.
Just did.
Up to you, of course. Okay.
See. But what we're talking about here is really like a group of people that like to hide amongst others. I boiled it all the way down to that. It has nothing to do with names. It doesn't do with religions, anything. There's a group of people that like to hide amongst others.
Yeah, the wolf in sheep's clothing.
And that's what we're looking at. And I don't know what to make of it. I'm like, they always talk.
They've infiltrated the church even.
Yeah.
Okay, and they've infiltrated the church with their Schofield nonsense and conning people into believing that there's this chosen people bullshit that's not there. That's crazy. But the bottom line is that we're at a short point. If you haven't recognized this by now, then you've been living under a fucking rock. Okay?
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. I can't help you. Right now, the fire is spreading. And if you don't, if you're not aware, you're gonna be a fucking casualty to it. Right? So despite whatever kind of censorship, maybe it's important that you look at what it is they're censoring and why they're really censoring it. I mean, I've been told because it can be harmful to other people. Get out of here. You don't give a fuck about anybody's well-being.
No, they
Shut up.
They made it very public record on that. That's just what it is.
It's like, you want we're trying to guard against misinformation. Oh, bullshit, you are. Because I'll tell you what, I've been putting a meme out all the time on Facebook, X, and everything. And what it is the picture of a tire with some fucking snippers. And it says that there's a government tracking device that you don't know about that's in your car, and the antenna is sticking out of your wheel, and to cut it off, and it shows the guy getting ready to cut off his fucking tire stem. Do you think that's ever got a fact check on it?
No.
Because there's people dumb enough, I guess, to go out there and do that. If there's people dumb enough to do something stupid because someone else said something, well, there's a problem with that person, not with the person that said it.
Yeah.
So I'm tired of mollycoddling these wimps and these generation of shits that came up with the participation trophies and the timeouts. Your shit's over with, bro. Your shit is over with. You are about to get the hard slam into the fucking brick wall right now. It's your parents' fault because they didn't prepare you for it. They coddled you in a bubble wrap shell, and now reality's gonna hit, baby.
Yeah, and that's even like, if you want to make it really simple, it's like, generationally, we've heard these memes. It's like, if you have weak parents, it creates weak kids, and then it just turns into an entire generation of people that can't actually discern the world, and like, when you really have somebody that's actually saying, hey, we think that you're less than us, then you have identified the enemy, and it's like, there's the guy that wants you dead. He's right over there. He's not even hiding it anymore. He's doing exactly the thing. And nobody wants to believe that they're at war. Nobody wants to believe that, but you're at war. You got a group of people over here that don't like you. Forget about their names. Forget about their religions. Forget about anything. It's a very isolated group of people that fucking suck. They fucking suck. And they act like assholes, and they want you dead.
Right.
So if you get that figured out, then you're like, oh shit, these guys want us dead. Then maybe you want to figure out how to fucking defend yourself. And it starts with words, and starts with conversations, and then it starts with, you don't want it to go to a hot war or anything, but it's like, dude, that's fucked up that you think that I'm cattle. It's really fucked up.
So I know
that.
a lot of people wanted it. There were really a lot of people tuned in so they could see Europa the Last Battle. And we weren't allowed to do that, I guess, even over on Rumble. So what I'm going to do is, in the chat right now, is I'm going to put a link. Oops, that's not the one I want. Let me grab this real quick. I'm going to put a link. You can watch it on Odyssey if you wish. I'm going to put the link.
I can't find the
right
link
here.
It's running now. So like, if you can just.
There it is. There it is. So if anybody wants to go and watch that, Europa the Last Battle, I highly suggest to do that. I really do. And that
shit went away the second it showed up in chat.
Yeah, we didn't get 12 minutes into it.
That link, no, the actual link that you put in chat, I saw it and it went away.
Hey,
I'm looking for it.
No way.
Try it again.
No. So if you want
Ryan, Ryan asked, can you reshare it?
Wait. If you want the link, put my email in chat. It's NicoleShow@gmail.com.
Well, I want to see if it disappears.
It disappeared again. I literally disappeared again. It was there for like a second and went away. So that's what you're looking at. I'm going to try to copy and
paste it. I tried to post it and it blocked it.
Oh, wait a second. No, I still
blocked
see it.
It blocked it before. It still said it was blocked on one channel or another. It's still blocked.
It blocked it twice. So like, I don't know, in the private chat, maybe we could try that.
I really don't want to share that.
Wait a second. I'm seeing it come up in the chat.
No, there it is. I got it.
And I put it in the Rumble. I put it in.
I got it.
We're just saying what we see in the back of StreamYard here is what we're saying.
StreamYard went away, but I captured it.
We're reading the comments in here. That's what we're saying is it did pop up and then it disappeared and then now it's staying now because everybody else is posting it. So
now I've got it.
But it's taking them off every time. It looks like after a few seconds it takes them down.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Tell me that ain't AI doing that. Come on. Go ahead.
Of course it is. All we did is just overwhelm it. Fuck them. Now why would they?
Well, now we know that. Now we know that they really can do that, and they do.
And they
let me just point this out.
They're gonna fuck around and find out.
What does that tell you?
We're
What
over the
does that
target.
tell you if they go
Tells
to
me that we're hitting the
app-
nail right on the head, bro.
We're over the target.
Right, right. And whoever's was just riding your microphone's like roboting in and out a little bit. You're
Little
like,
robot.
maybe a little hot.
Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, if they're that hard at it trying to fucking keep people from seeing it, what's that tell you? That it must be very valuable information, right? Because I'm here to tell you, I will attest and swear to the Bible, I've watched it. Okay. And guess what? There's no pornography in it.
Yeah.
There's no calls for violence on anyone in it. Okay. It just calls it out the way it actually is without using derogatory terms or anything else like that. It just gives you the actual version of historical events as they occurred.
And they don't like that.
No, they don't. So this is why they want to censor the fuck out of that. This is why they want to censor everything that threatens their little sneaky fucking rat-like plan. You know? And it's really irritating. And here we go, the big fucking Trump, right? So here we got a Zionist that used Hitler's tactics to get into fucking power. Holy shit. Talk about irony. Wow. So look at this. He's got this. Oh my God. Trump to select Senator Marco Rubio to serve as Secretary of State.
I don't even know what to say about the insanity that's playing out before our
And of
very
course,
eyes.
this is Brian Young from High Impact Flicks on X, and also he's Here's the Deal channel on YouTube, and he's got one called The Disturbing Illusion on YouTube as well. So he covers more content like this on his Disturbing Illusion channel, and he also and then he covers like police videos and shit like that on Here's the Deal. He calls it that. I love it because that's the first thing well, here's the deal. And I'm like, bitch, there is no deal. I'm not dealing with you. I don't want a contract with you.
Hey, Dave, I thought I'd jump in here before you guys get
to warn people.
Hey, Roger, how you doing, buddy?
Good. You're having some problems, I gather.
Well, yeah, we pushed the limits of Rumble, and guess they did not. So that's why I was just remarking. That's why I was just remarking on how valuable of information is in that documentary. So much so that they go to great pains and efforts to keep you from being able to see it.
I got a little anecdote if you want to hear it about the Rothschilds. I was walking through Newport Beach one day near Balboa Island, and I saw this big R on the side of a building, gold R. And I walked up to the building and I looked over, and it's a Rothschild bank. I have never seen one in anywhere in the United States, man. I'm in Newport Beach in California, just cruising down the boulevard, and voila, this big gold R appears on the building. And I didn't even dare go in, dude. I walk right past. That's the only thing I know about them people.
I was in Frankfurt, Germany, which is of course where the Rothschild Bank originated. At the time I was there, I did not know that. And down in an area called Romerplatz, which is an older part, a really old part of Frankfurt, down around in that area, we used to go down there and drink beer all the time. When I saw a picture and where the area was that the original Rothschild Bank, House of Rothschild was, it struck me like a ton of bricks, and this was only a few years ago, because I had sat right in front of that fucking place drinking beer many, many times and never had the slightest idea what the fuck it was. It's just an old half timber house, man. That's it. But anyway, with Brian and this he covered this pretty good because it shows the hypocrisy in this guy. This Trump is a fucking hypocrite like no other. It's not even funny.
I don't even know what to say about the insanity that's playing out before our very eyes as we continue to warn people of facts that are objective.
What, Roger?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. I was trying to say one thing very quick before you got started. I'm really sorry. Didn't the Trump family make their money off being slumlords in the Manhattan, Brooklyn district? And they were throwing people out left and right, and that's how they kept their money and were federally subsidized?
I think so, man.
I think I've heard.
You know, it's. You ever seen a picture of Trump's parents?
No, I haven't. You got one?
Wow. No, not handy right away, but I mean, I don't know.
They don't look like him.
They don't look human.
They don't look human. Exactly.
I'll find a picture of him. Don't worry.
His dad has this really fucking weird, misshapen head. It's weird as hell, man. I don't know. Anyway, let me go over this, and then I guess
I don't even know what to say about the insanity that's playing out before our very eyes as we.
It's 11/11.
Warn people of facts that are objectively provable regarding the corporately controlled uniparty system that puts forward two polished turds in the spotlight and expects you to argue about which one is less smelly. Senator Marco Rubio has been appointed by Donald Trump to serve as the Secretary of State. And before I go over this, I just want to remind you what Marco Rubio himself said about Donald Trump back in 2016 when he called Donald Trump a con artist and a big fraud who will never get control of this party. Take it away, Marco.
The stakes are giving control of the party of Lincoln and Reagan, of the conservative movement, and ultimately of the United States over to a con artist. That will not happen. I make this promise to you today. I will do whatever it takes. I will campaign as long as it takes. I will stay in this race as long as it takes.
Made a promise. You promised that you will keep him from out of office. Now you're going to be his, come on.
Donald Trump, a con artist, will never get control of this party.
Donald Trump, the con artist, says Marco Rubio, will never get control of this party. Now, Donald Trump, the big fraud and con artist, has appointed, and we're going to watch what Donald Trump said about Marco Rubio during the 2016 election process in a second, but Donald Trump has just appointed the guy who called him a con artist and a big fraud who will never get control over this country as the Secretary of State. But wait, there's more. Marco.
And the time has come for you. I know some of your friends have bought into this. Listen, friends, don't let friends vote for con artists. It is time to open our eyes.
Yeah, it is time to open our eyes. Friends don't let friends vote for con artists. But friends do let friends vote for con artists and frauds who are going to appoint the guy who called you a con artist and a fraud as Secretary of State. Got it.
It is time to open our eyes. We cannot allow a con artist to get access to the nuclear codes of the United States of America.
Don't let a con artist do it. Give it to me. Because I'm not a con artist. Right. Shout out to Flat Earth Farms, man.
Daryl. Love you, buddy.
Shout out to Flat Earth Farms. It's like Sherbert right here.
super glue got me fucking faded, bro.
Hey, I gotta say, like this is very important. Why I remember to say this is like, because I always boil all like when I think about these big subjects, I always boil it down to like an easy way to talk about it to like everybody's listening. All this is theater. Everybody knows it on here. I know everybody that's listening knows what this is. It's theater. What they did was they hijacked energy exchange way back in the day, and now we're trying to fight our way back out of it because they put a meter on a different kind of energy exchange. Because once you free up the energy exchange, we're all free and clear. All of us are. And we can actually get up to things that are really cool and get up to things that are really creative or whatever, because we're not limited by the meter that's on the side of our house.
They put smart meters.
They put, smart meters, whatever. But they literally put a meter on something that was free. And that's the inversion technique that we're looking at here. Everything else is just a boiled down, crapshoot of people talking about stuff, right? And then somehow they could make some money and charge it, because really at the end of the day, there's free energy everywhere. And we get past that, the rest of this nonsense goes away. It goes away.
No. The only time this goes away is when we take back control. And that starts with our monetary system.
Sure.
There is not a fucking thing gonna ever change until you end the Fed.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, is it money and energy exchange? I mean, it's really just like a representation.
No, it's not. It's not money at all. It's just perpetual debt.
Yeah.
Every bill of money that you have represents debt. It's not wealth. It represents debt.
That's energy, though, right? Like the dollar represents
negative energy.
The more you're in debt,
paper energy.
The more you're in debt, the higher your credit score.
Debt is negative energy.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
You're right.
If we get out of that, then we can walk away. We don't have to do that anymore. We really don't.
You know that feeling you get when you pay off a bill?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh.
We know.
I actually don't know what that's like.
Imagine having that feeling all the time.
Then you'd have no credit.
It wouldn't even need credit.
You don't need credit.
Yeah,
what in the fuck is people? Listen, let me tell you about credit, okay? And I did this with a guy. He was over here at my house one time, right? And he says, "Those scooters are pretty cool. I'd like to get one of those." And he goes, "Wonder how much they are." And I told him. And he says, "Wonder what the payments are on that." I said, "Payments?" So why the fuck are you going to make payments on it? He says, "Well, how else am I going to get it?" And I says, "Well, how much could you afford as a payment every month for that thing?" And he told me. And I said, "Well, I'll tell you what, why don't you do this instead? Why don't you put that amount away into an account or in a jar or whatever else every month instead, and just wait. Have patience. You don't need instant gratification, do you? Okay, and if you get a little extra, or you want to take a side job so you can pick up extra money and get to it faster, that's acceptable too. In fact, that's an incentive. So then when it's all said and done, you take that money and you go down and you purchase the item. And the only person you paid before that was you. Pay yourself. Don't pay a banker. All that for instant gratification. They sell you instant gratification, so credit is so appealing.
Be your own layaway.
Yes. It's all sold through the idea of instant gratification. Our society is full of instant gratification.
Impulse buy.
Order a Big Mac, get it now. Order something that you want, like I want a new toilet paper dispenser. Call Amazon, rush delivery, next day. People busting their ass to get you a fucking toilet paper dispenser. Think about it, because you just don't have the patience.
Yeah, that's pretty much that's the secret of all things. You know, it's like what do you your energy, what you get about per day, it has value. And then they put $1 against what you walk around and do. And where they have like basically hijacked, in my mind, the system, they've hijacked your energy of what you get up to and what you think is powerful. They've hijacked it with a middleman to put a paper dollar bill to represent what your energy, what you did that day or whatever between. And then you've got an institution that sits over here and actually can make money on the interaction to your actual energy, your actual thing that you're getting up to. And then what happens is this has been compounded over the course of years to the point where like they have complete control over the compound interest of
that's there's the problem.
Yeah.
Creating money out of nothing.
Yeah.
This is why usury is a sin. It's illegal. It should be illegal. Usury is a crime.
You're stealing energy from innocent people. That's what you're doing. I mean, that's the way I boiled it down. You're stealing energy from innocent people, and that's it.
Well,
I'm sorry. It's not that really that difficult.
Most importantly, you're stealing wealth and the pursuit of wealth from people. Okay.
Stealing
you call wealth energy wealth. It's the same thing. It's just like energy is wealth. That's just the ability to accomplish tasks.
No. Energy is not wealth. Energy is energy.
Eyes. Energy is eyes. It's the amount of eyes that are looking at it or consuming it. So our electric bill, like say Con Ed or whatever, or our telephone bill, like Michigan Bell or whatever, the amount of use that you have that gives this conglomerate like the authority to consume what you're consuming. So then they collect that data. So what is that? Maybe it's not even them anymore. Maybe it's just AI is doing it for them.
I don't know anything about that, but I would just say like,
but I don't want to get into the esoteric aspect of it.
There
is an esoteric aspect of it. But the bottom line of it is that usury, whether it's an esoteric thing or a physical thing, which it is both, it's wrong.
It's wrong because you're getting
no, it's stealing.
It's stealing. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. It's stealing.
So regardless of what's being stolen, stealing means that you're causing a victim, you're causing loss, injury, or harm from another, and it's wrong. There it is. And it just so happens that usury seems to be the primary tool of Blue Jays.
Yes, Blue Jays tend to hold on to things and then charge extra for holding on to things.
Well, it's not just that. They've turned our society into a society of usury, where everybody has to have a fucking credit card. Everybody has to have a line of credit in order to get a car. You realize when you get a car or you take out a loan, they're not giving you money. They're giving you a line of credit. So basically what they did is they said, okay, we got an agreement with this fucking company. You're allowed to have that, and you have to pay us even more for it because we allowed you to have it now.
And so why would they even say we allowed you to have it? Well, would it give them power to even allow us to have the car that we earn money?
Well, you had to have some medium of exchange in order to have it, right?
Yeah. And
what else are you going to give them? A bag of oranges?
Yeah, exactly. And then what you have is you have somebody who's in control of that exchange mechanism. And when you have control of the exchange mechanism, then you can charge a little bit extra for the little bit of work that you're doing, even though you're not doing any work at all.
They're empowering you by your ownership.
You're not doing any work at all.
They actually own it.
If you hold
owns it.
If you hold the holdings.
Hold on a second. If I go and say, hey, Alex, I want to buy a car from you on Craigslist.
Mm-hmm.
I go, I'll give you $5,000. You can transfer the title to me, but you can say on that title that you transferred it to me for $1 so that I don't have to pay extra taxes. So that I buy that car outright $5,000, right?
That's why people were doing that too. People were doing that too much, and that's why they've started doing that tax based on the blue book value of the car.
Exactly. And
so even if you bought it for $1, you're going to pay the taxes on a value of whatever, $5,000 or whatever the blue book value on the vehicle is.
So have you ever asked yourself the question, like Saab, like really the big question, like the question of the hour is, who are we in debt to?
To international banks.
Indeed. And that's what everyone always asks. And no one answers that. But like ultimately, as sovereign people, we're not in debt to anybody.
It's been a continual loan
to who?
To the United States government,
or better off. We need a name.
Basically, to the Treasury.
Who runs the Treasury?
The Treasury. We are supposed to. Hold on, listen to me.
Yeah.
We're supposed to, but we don't. Okay.
Because it's a private organization.
We're not supposed to have a central bank. We're not supposed to have paper currency or any currency that is not backed by the specificity of the details outlined in the Constitution, which has details, specific details as to the weights and measures of each value of each metal that is used as the reserve. Okay, our coins are to be of a certain weight and represent a certain amount of value. When you start making fake coins, you devalue the real coins.
Yeah.
And the more of them that you print, the less valuable each one of those coins become. So there is a limit on how many can be in circulation.
Before I forget the question, Sav, because this is really important. Debt goes all the way up. If you're in debt to an entity. What are you in debt to? Who is the person at the end of the game? Where does the buck stop?
It's yourself.
Well,
if you believe you're in debt, then you're in debt.
Yeah, there's that. But what I'm saying is, in the system that we are walking through, where does the buck stop at the end of the day? The Fed, and then who runs the Fed? And then the Fed's responsible to its investors because it's a private company. Where is that last step? Who's the last person that apparently our country owes all this money to? Who is that guy?
Is there a guy? No guy. It's no guy. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's round robin.
I knew it. That's what I wanted to talk.
That's exactly what it is.
No, that's exactly what they're trying to draw to everyone.
It's the biggest fucking Ponzi scheme.
It's a Ponzi scheme. Boop, boop. Yeah, that's what I wanted to hear. I'm just like,
it's just like narcissistic assholes making you think that you're 200
going to space and doing
miles away, spinning at all these things all the time. And then there's the debt clock, and they're like, "Oh
really
my God,
all I wanted to know. It's like
trillions of dollars that
who's the guy?
Look at how much in debt you are. Guess what? You're not fucking in debt.
You'll never find the guy that you're in debt to. There's a hidden figure somewhere out there. It's like, well, here's the guy that's head of the board. Here's the guy that's head of the board. You know, it's like now, like we realize that it's been a ghost the whole time.
It's infinity.
It's a ghost.
The figure is infinity. You just focus.
Are we right on this? Am I thinking right on this? It's a ghost.
Yeah, man. I'm just waiting for an opportunity to say something.
Yeah. I'll mute. I
mean, you've been talking all night.
I muted up. It's his show. Love you, Sam.
Anyway, yeah, it's a round robin game. Okay. And so when the round robin doesn't get enough here, as it didn't, then we have no choice but to take this round robin game and incorporate it into the other round robin games that are all around the world. Pretty soon this starts to fail and we end up with this thing called a fucking bubble. And it ends up bursting like almost in 2008 with the housing crisis. And again, just recently, and it's getting ready to happen again. So I don't know. Hey, Roger, let me ask you something. I got Flow State backstage. I'm going to bring him up here in a second.
Okay.
Let me ask you something, Roger. Did you try your Alexa, or Ryan, did you try Alexa with what?
I don't have it.
Sorry, I forgot about it. Let me go find the damn thing.
Yeah, I asked it who was the president.
My daughter had one. I don't.
Yeah. All right, so we got Flow State.
Jeez.
Hey, we're gonna pop off. We're gonna pop off. Sav, love you. We're gonna lurk.
Sav, I know. I hope you know I was joking.
Yeah, we love you.
I know you was.
Okay, cool.
All right, guys. See you later. So what's going on there?
Same shit, new day. Just doing my rounds.
Ooh, you're a little hot. Let me see if you got Yeah, I'm gonna automatic you. There you go. There you go. You're good to go.
Mic check.
There you go. You're good now. I hit the adjust the mic automatically button, and it took care of everything.
Sometimes I turn that off if I'm like, talking to Paul, or if there's a contentious conversation, I want to be able to.
Do you still talk to Paul? Is he still a thing?
Same thing. I mean, I still have. Yeah, I still do lolcow stuff with him. He's one of the best lolcows there is. You have to admit that.
I don't know, man. I can't handle somebody that just continuously fucking keeps yelling and talking over somebody before they can get a point out. It's the mark of a lowbrow to me. It really is. And that's what I see over there. But anyway, I'm going to finish with this Brian Young video real quick. It's only another 2.5 minutes, I guess.
It's a big fraud, and it's time to open our eyes, and we will in the days and weeks to come. I'm confident of it.
Well, I'm not so confident that anybody's going to open their eyes, because it appears to me that the masses want to conform to a profoundly sick society. Let me show you what Donald Trump said about Marco Rubio during the 2016 selection process. Little Marco Rubio, the lightweight no-show senator from Florida, is set to be the puppet of the special interest Koch brothers. Watch.
What?
He also said, and there's more that he said.
No, so he says that. Donald Trump says that bullshit right there on Twitter, and then turns around now. See, that's the whole thing. Like that thing. I don't know if you saw it before. I'm going to show it again here. But, he actually has stated now that he never said lock her up.
I bet you he did.
I got proof that he did.
That I'm just picking two of them. I will be using Facebook and Twitter, Trump said, to expose dishonest, lightweight Senator Marco Rubio, a record no-show in Senate. He is scamming Florida. So Donald Trump calls Marco Rubio a lightweight. He calls him dishonest. He calls him a scammer, and he calls him a puppet of the special interest Koch brothers. And yet Donald Trump has appointed that man, who called Donald Trump a con artist and a big fraud, the Secretary of State. Tell me how this isn't a dog and pony clown show under the big top. Listen to Fox News report on this.
Fox News alert. The New York Times is reporting that Trump has just tapped Florida Senator Marco Rubio to be his Secretary of State. This means Governor Ron DeSantis will now have to pick a senator to fill that vacancy down there in Florida. Rubio ran against Donald Trump in 2016. Now he's in his cabinet. He's going to have a big portfolio.
Didn't just run against him, Jesse. Had major choice words, not just criticism, but was going after and attacking his character. So was Marco Rubio lying then, or is he lying now?
Right, that's what I'm getting at. Whoa. Or is it part of your 5D chess and he's one of your players in your 5D? I mean, come on, these people are so fucking hypocritical.
Was Donald Trump lying then about what Marco Rubio is and who he is, and that he's a lightweight and that he's a scammer, or is he lying now? Either way, they're lying. And isn't it crazy how your favorite political psychopathic parasite is somehow incapable of lying when you're a voter? They can't see that they're lying. They can't see that they're psychopaths. They can't see that they're on the dangling from the end of special interest corporate elites. They just can't see it, or they don't want to see it. What's really going on? Hey, if you like this content, it's
so yeah. I mean, and I guess people are so fucking dumb.
Right, Alexa's ready if you guys want to hear.
Yeah, let's hear.
What do you want me to ask her? What year do you want me to ask her?
Ask her who was president in 2024.
Alexa, who was president in 2024?
The President of the United States from January 20th, 2021 to January 20th, 2025 is Joe Biden.
See? Doesn't say the same thing.
Yeah, so that guy's fucking bullshitting with that video. Right? So you got to watch that shit. You got to watch that shit. People say, look, I asked Alexa this, and it's a bunch of fucking bullshit. That's what it is.
Well, you can tell Alexa Simon Says. Oh, I'm sorry, I just said it. Now she's going to do it. Anyway, you can tell her to Simon Says anything, and then when you ask her a question, she'll give you that answer. So that's all they did probably.
Yeah, so I didn't know that. See, I won't have one of those fucking things in my house. It's just
me neither.
Not happening, man.
My ex-wife got my daughter one for Christmas one year, and I scrapped that motherfucker.
Yeah, here's what this guy's saying.
Just walking by it.
He said, people waking up.
Of course, we've got cell phones all over the place, so it's not like these are any better at all.
Well, this is just I think they're trying to push that Q nonsense.
I think I have that exact bandana, Dave.
That what?
Your bandana, I have the exact same one.
Oh, do you?
I think so.
Listen to this.
Alexa, who was president of the United States in 2022?
I'm sorry, I do not know.
Alexa, Who was president of the United States in 2024?
I'm sorry, I do not know.
Alexa.
Yeah, she knows.
Who was president of the United States in 2021?
I'm sorry, I do not know.
Alexa. Who was president of the United States in 2020?
The President of the United States from January 20th, 2017 to January 20th, 2021 was Donald Trump.
But you don't know who was the president after that, or if we even had a president.
Well, we called bullshit on that, didn't we?
Yeah.
He's making Trump look like he's president, period. Yeah.
So we're going to do something here. And we're going to...
I like this kind of show. We should do this more often where we test things to see if they're real or not. I'd like to know a lot of things, if a lot of things were true or not.
Absolutely. I'm going to say this is absolute bull. Oh, let me see here.
Boulder Dash, that's a good word.
We tried it live on a YouTube show, and it told us Joe Biden. Stop with the Q-tard. Crap. There you go. Stop with the Q-tard crap. Holy shit. Trust the plan. There's white hats in government. They're coming to save you from government. You got to take this date. You have to subtract 3 years and 4 months because that's how long Donald Trump's mother was in labor. And then if you take that delta and you add it to, and it's like, shut the fuck up. What are you people talking about? Right? I mean, Christ. I can't even get it, man. So they got that crazy guy. Now I'm going to show you. This is what's fucked up. And what I'm talking about is this clown said, I never said lock up Hillary. Now, Taylor, do you remember him saying, oh, I like your hat, man. I like your do-rag. It's nice. It's cool. I got one just like that. We're do-rag brothers. Yay.
Let's get out our bikes.
Let's get it. Let's get it. So, do you remember Trump saying anything about locking Hillary up?
Yeah, it was a chant.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a slogan.
It was. So I'm not crazy. He's just gaslighting me then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never said lock her up about Hillary Clinton. What?
Hillary Clinton has to go to jail, okay? She has to go to jail. You shouldn't lock them up. Lock up the Bidens. Lock up Hillary.
They all said lock her up. And I felt, and I could have done it, but I felt it would have been a terrible thing. And then this happened to me. And so I may feel differently about it. Like Hillary Clinton, I didn't say lock her up.
Hillary Clinton has to go to jail, okay? She has to go to jail.
But the people don't say lock her up, lock her up. Okay. Then we won. And I said pretty openly, I say, all right, come on, just relax. Let's go. We got to make our country great.
For what she's done, they shouldn't lock her up. It's disgraceful.
You called her crooked Hillary, said you wanted to get in jail. Your people in your audiences kept saying lock him up.
Yeah.
Do you want to
put
some
bad things? I mean, she
I
did
know,
some
but
bad
a
things.
special prosecutor?
I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to hurt them. They're good people. I don't want to hurt them.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
You should lock her up, I'll tell you. Lock up the Bidens. Lock up Hillary.
Lock them up. Yeah, lock them up.
Who said that? Lock her up. Stand up, please. I'll tell you something, though. It is right. Lock them up. You shouldn't lock them up. Lock up the Bidens. Lock up Hillary.
I was very honored, very, very honored when I heard that President Bill Clinton and Secretary Hillary Clinton was coming today. And I think it's appropriate to say, and I'd like you to stand up. And honestly, there's nothing more I can say because I have a lot of respect for those two people. You'd be in jail.
I have a lot of respect for those two people. You'd be in jail.
So when he's out there talking about, I'm going to lock these people up and I'm going to do this, that, and the other, and I'm going to end the Fed, which is owned by dual citizenship
up to his eyebrow.
Israel citizens. And
the Fed?
The whole thing private. Yeah, the whole thing is private.
It's owned by member banks.
It's owned by several banks.
Right, it's owned by the member banks that it oversees. But that ownership is, who knows?
So, well, you look at the board of the Fed, and they're all dual citizenship Israelis.
Are they? Is Janet?
Yeltsin?
Yeah.
Yeah, Janet Yellen. Yes, absolutely. Every one of them. Every one of them. Look. And they're not beholden to any governmental agency whatsoever. Now he's talking about going to end the Fed, while he's simultaneously filling his cabinet with Zionists and dual citizenship. I'm like, what in the is this guy doing, man? People can't see it. You can't see he's taking these Zion neocons and putting them right in the fucking seats of power. So is he really trying to make America great again? Or is he trying to make Israel great again? I mean, that's what you really gotta weigh out, because I don't see, and it's like we were on Burn to Corporate Fiction the other night. And he was telling me how Donald Trump, he knows that Donald Trump cares about America and he cares about American citizens and all that other. And I says, well, where was that care when he pushed the fucking jab on everybody? Where was that care when he signed $6.2 trillion into debt? And that's only that part of it. You don't know about the rest of it that went to $32 trillion. Uh-oh. How is that in the best interest of the American people? How is it in the best interest of the American people to poke the bear and move the embassy of the United States to the hotly contested and controversial city of Jerusalem? How did that serve and benefit the American people? I would really be interested to hear from anybody that can give me some kind of a handle on that shit. And then to think that after doing all that bullshit, he's pro Second Amendment. Yeah, Mr. I ban bump stocks and I like red flag laws. Yeah, you're real Second Amendment. Was the alternative better? No, absolutely not. Both choices sucked. You had a choice between Marxism and Zionism. That's it. Those were your choices.
They sound about the same to me.
They are. They're to the same end. Absolutely. And both of them born from the same place. A little bit of a tweak on style with each one of them, but yeah, same. They both come from the same place. You look at who runs that, either one of the two outfits or movements, and that ought to tell you about what's in store right there. Both of them are controlled by the same people. Both of them were born out of the same people. So it's about huge full spectrum dominance, control over people. And there's no other way to get around that at all. None. But if you try to show the detailed proof of that, well, they will shut your shit down and shit. That's just it. If you want to know who is really in charge, Just look at who you're not allowed to criticize.
The trannies.
Who's behind the trannies? Who's behind the trannies? Come on. That's part of the Marxist agenda. That's part of the Marxist agenda, is to disrupt a society from within using those means, whether homosexuality, transsexualism, narcotics, all that fucking shit. It's all debilitating to us, to any given society. Dissolution of the family, because then the state can be family. You see,
Dreamyland's right about the Trump wants to expand qualified immunity. That pissed me off.
He's all for civil asset forfeiture.
Yeah, and he's for death penalty for drug dealers.
He also said that he wants to have mandatory jail for anybody that burns an American flag. So if I went to Walmart and I buy an American flag from Walmart that is most likely made in China, take it home onto my own property and light it on fire, I could go to jail for that? What?
What?
I don't think so. I don't think so. But then turned around in another speech and says he wants to give prison time to any government officials that hinder free speech.
Well, you might need an ass kicking for burning the flag, but I don't know about going to jail.
Why would you need an ass kicking? Why would you need an
I'm
ass
just
kicking?
kidding. I'm just kidding.
I mean, really, people are. But you did touch on something. Is that why are people so goddamn?
I don't know. Like I just know how I know what some people are going to say. You know what I mean?
Sure. And that's why I wonder, why do they say that? Why would somebody need an ass kicking or any kind of retribution for expressing their views?
Wouldn't that be a violation of the First Amendment? Like to prosecute somebody for burning a flag, you have to really just decimate everything that the flag stands for. It's like a self-destructive measure.
Yeah, but it sounded good to the flag worshiping clowns that he was talking to at the time.
Yeah, we worship the book here.
Yeah, worship a book. I don't worship anything. You know, I mean, that's so ridiculous to me that grown adults will stand up in reverence to a fucking piece of cloth based on the propaganda fed to them about it. That's what's
we started getting indoctrinated pretty young.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. It's sick. It really is. We do this to kids. And the kid goes along with it because he's given such positive reinforcement for it. So the kid learns his little Pledge of Allegiance, right? And he's a little kid and tell grandma and grandpa what you learned in school today. And they stand up and go, I pledge allegiance to the flag. And the grandparents say, well, Billy, that was really good. Boy, you're really smart. You're really a patriotic little guy. I'll tell you, you'll probably grow up to be president one day or a big general or some shit like that. And they really puff him up that was a positive thing. So that stays with you. That's going to stay with you. You were praised for that shit. You got a lot of kudos for that. And then it just became expected of you. And it became a conditioned response. So much so that when they signed the TV off at night and played the national anthem, you know, there's people, I guess what, you'd stand up and sing along with it because they were showing the words on there. What the fuck is going on with that? It's crazy. People take off their hat. I don't understand that, giving such reverence to an end. Because a lot of men fought and died for that flag. No, they didn't. They fought and died for bankers' interests. They just happen to be carrying that label. Okay? That's a fucking label. That's all that is. It's no different than a Coors sign. It's a label. Could you imagine if all the Coors workers, every time they saw a Coors sign, they took off their hat and said some kind of a fucking little poem to it? It's just as fucking ridiculous. Human behavior. Wow, it's been something that's fascinated me my entire life. I've been
Very
wondering what the fuck, why people do what the fuck they do since I was a little kid, man. I still like to put my finger on the shit. I've not fully, anyways, but I got a pretty good idea how people work, how their minds work, and I've come to the conclusion. I'm almost 60, and I've come to the conclusion that yeah, most people are just fucking bonkers, goddamn crazy, in one degree or another. That's all. Now I got to figure out what is it made these motherfuckers crazy. It was the conditioning. Right? It was the conditioning, man. That helped. That helped give you the conditioning. But the conditioning itself, hanging on to it and believing contradictory ideas at the same time as both being true is going to make you fucking crazy. Knowing you're a slave and then still begging to be a slave, how much sense does that make? None.
People don't want freedom because that's responsibility and it's hard work.
Oh, yeah, well, that's one of the things they've pushed. That's one of the things, and it's really not hard work.
It's really not. You're right. It's not hard work. It's
work.
It's more emotional and mental responsibility that I think people want. I think it's the mental pressure.
It's people since that, and this is one of the reasons, like we were talking earlier before we got pooched, was the fact that you know, they rely on this conditioning to the point where people are conditioned to believe information based on who told it to them or just accept it. They don't have any thinking abilities. They just go, oh, so-and-so said this. Well, did you even think about what so-and-so said, or are you just going along with it because you like so-and-so? Right? Oh, I like, you know, what this celebrity, and he said this, and boy, that means he's really smart. No, it doesn't. He just said some fucking line. You didn't think anything about what he said. You don't understand it. You just like the dude and think that it was a smart thing to say. Meanwhile, you're harboring contradicting ideas at the same time in your mind. I don't want to be a Marxist.
Comment down here. Awakened Nemesis says voting is the pure definition of insanity, which is correct.
Oh, absolutely.
I hadn't thought about that. That's a good observation.
Yep. Yeah, it is. I mean, and it's like, and in this one here, this last one they have now, I thought it was kind of interesting to watch and shit. I mean, I'm like, I know that there was some shenanigans in the last election, and that became evident in this election because the Zio got pretty much the same amount of votes as he got the last time. But Kamala lost, and there was like 20 million fucking voters that were missing. Where did they go? Where's the missing voters? Is there that many people that said, fuck it, I'm not voting this year? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that that missing amount of voters is the amount of votes that they used and stuffed into the ballot box to cheat last time. In other words, there weren't as many people voted as there were votes. Yeah, that'd be like if you got 50 people voted and the guy got 75 votes. And it's like, wait a minute, how the fuck did you get 75 votes if only 50 people voted? It don't make no sense. But either way, it's always dishonest. There's always cheating. I don't
sort of think all these controversies about the voting is to psych us into thinking that voting matters.
But you know, it's been too goddamn quiet, Taylor. I mean, for the level of screeching that everybody did about Trump coming in and all these people vowing that he's not going to win and he's not going to take office. And then all of a sudden he won. They go, oh, yeah, damn, he won. Well, that sucks. And you had a few people shaving their fucking heads and cutting off pussy from their man and, you know, losing their fucking mind on camera. But outside of that,
the nasty women aren't having sex for a while.
I know. Isn't that cool? They put labels on themselves.
Yeah, they're trying to quit, but we already fired them. None of these women were having sex before that anyways.
Oh, I know. Where was that thing? I gotta find that. That's hilarious. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I can find that. I know where it's at. I gotta go. Oh, that's in that post. Guy talking about it. He's like, you know what? I don't think you had a whole lot to fucking worry about to begin with. You know, I mean, is there people lining up to do you or? Oh, this one. Did you see this one? You're gonna love this one, Taylor.
Hey, my fellow ladies out there. So men think they own you. Take it from somebody that used to be a man. You got boobs. You got a vajayjay. Guess what, honey? You own them. Trust me, they want it. Make them earn it.
Hell nah.
Make them earn it. Right.
Hell
right.
no.
Right.
How many beers would it take you?
There ain't enough liquor in the world. Because by the time I got drunk enough to even consider it, there wouldn't be nothing working, no how. So, yeah, I don't think that's going to be a problem. Let me see here.
What about you up there? How many beers before you'd bang her?
There's not enough drugs and alcohol in the world, brother.
While I go take a pee, I'm going to leave you with this disturbing video. It's only a minute long, but I'll be right back.
TMI.
AI needs to be fucking stopped, man.
Why did I kind of like that?
I don't know. You want the link?
Yes. You're not the only one who's going to have that incorporated in their show somehow.
There you go. And let me put it over in the private chat too. You're gonna love it. Paste. There we go.
Appreciate
yeah. So that's kind of a disturbing thing, but I'm looking for that comedian that was talking about that shit. He's like, I don't think that you got a whole lot to worry about. Man, I got so much shit on here. Yeah, here's the thing though, because I've seen this too. You've seen that where people were on this rooftop, those news reporters and shit, for when Biden got inaugurated. And we saw on TV, like there was crowds of people and shit, right? And you look here and they're looking at the fucking lawn and the stage and there ain't nothing going on, man. Not a fucking thing. And it's supposed to be his inauguration. I'll show that in a minute. Let me see if I can find that damn thing. That was funny as hell.
I know I've seen a lot of empty rallies for him.
Yeah, I mean, but this was his inauguration. This is what was so crazy about it. Is that the... Oh, damn it. I can't have trouble here. I'm in trouble here.
I mean, really, all we're talking about is people who are for or against Trump. There's nobody who gives a shit about any candidate that he runs against.
No, not really. Not really. I mean, but really, if you look at it this time, it was like, all right, this year for the heavyweight championship of the world, we have Timmy from the Muscular Dystrophy Foundation versus Mike Tyson. And it's like, okay, well, that's a fair fight. Come on. Crazy, crazy. God damn it. Yeah, that one wouldn't go over good here. I must have been a few days ago. My time is running together so fucking quickly.
It's because the Mandela effect has turned everything into a black hole.
It seems like, I cannot believe already it's the middle of fucking November. I mean, it's like, it's just going by so gosh dang fast, man. I don't even know what to say, how to deal with it. It's like, wait a minute, man, this can't be. I mean, I don't have any explanation for it. I mean, I know as you get older, time seems to go a little faster because, like, a week or a year even is so much less of a percentage of your overall existence than like when you're younger. You can remember when you were younger, a year was like forever. That was fucking forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now, but it seems like just beyond that it's going like super duper fucking fast. It's like I'm to a point like right now where I'm going, oh fuck, slow the fuck down here, man. This is just getting too crazy. Well, here's a Trump supporter for you. I got a Trump supporter for you. This will keep you. Huh?
Well, it's been rough. It was not what I was expecting at all, considering some of the rhetoric he has said. I thought we as a nation were smarter, but I guess not. To my transgender and friends and, the people who it affects, as long as you stay alive, they cannot say we don't exist. Being a Satanist means rebelling against them because they're wrong. And as long as you draw a breath, every breath you take is a rebellion. Keep on fighting because you just have to. Hail Satan, hail reason always. Well,
Hail Satan.
It's mighty cringy.
Where I'm seeing, this is the thing. America's biggest problem is mental health. First and foremost, it's mental health.
That thing's
like
that? That's a toe.
Hi guys. This video has been done a few times for me because I'm struggling myself. And I know there's others that are struggling as well as of the election results currently. Why, yes, every vote still needs to be recounted and everything else. Nothing is officially, but it is official. I just want to let you all know that if you need to talk, I will be available to
Definitely
talk.
a filter.
If you want to talk to other family members or anything, have a bottle of wine, an entire bottle of wine. It's okay. Having ice cream. Just talk to someone. Get out your coping skills, anything like that.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
That's
that can't
a filter.
That ain't a filter. That can't be a filter.
No, pull it back. Look at it.
What
When
is that?
its jaw
I
goes
don't know.
behind its robe collar, but the
There's
collar.
a problem with that. I've seen people like this.
Oh yeah, there are people who look like that, but like watch it when
Yeah.
it talks. Its chin goes behind the.
If you want to not talk to friends or family, there is also, if you need, the crisis number, which is
What's
9.
the collar of her sweater, man? Hang on, let me turn off the closed caption.
88. Everyone is struggling.
It's faked because she ain't wearing no clothes.
What? She ain't wearing no clothes.
She probably can't. She's too big.
That's why looks like a robe of some kind. Looks like a
But there for a
robe.
second, she moved a little bit, and it looked like the robe stayed in place, bro. Pay attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do that too with just the collar of my shirt. So that's why I was looking at it too. And my wife sent me that the other day. I had just fired. I had not long been since I'd smoked some of that fucking super glue. Shout out to Flat Earth Farms, Daryl Davis. Wow, man. Anyway,
I thought you were supposed to huff that stuff.
I opened up my phone and looked at that fucking thing, and I about pissed myself laughing. I didn't even played it yet. I was just like, what in the fuck is that? You got to be shitting me, man. Damn, I know I got that damn thing on here somewhere. It's got to be. And if I can't find it in the next couple of minutes, it don't fucking matter. We're not even going to play. I just go, yeah, whatever. Here's one. Now tell me this is a filter. Here, tell me this one's a filter, bro. Huh?
Let's see it move.
So if Donald said that he was going to get rid of Roe versus Wade, and he put 3 Supreme Court justices on the bench, what don't you think he'll get rid of gay marriage? Give it back to the states and let it ban in some states, like how abortion is now. You guys better be thinking about this when you guys vote on November 5th, honeys. So if Donald said that he was going to get rid of Roe,
honeys.
I think it's makeup and a bald cap.
Yeah. Their hair?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You've seen Brenda, right?
Brenda's got a baby. No, I haven't. Well, I don't know. Maybe I have.
Brenda's she trans former that has been on. He's now banned from my show, but yeah.
What? That's transphobic.
No, it wasn't. They're just one of those that they want to push their weirdness up into your face, and then if you make fun of it or say anything about it, I'm gonna get your channel taken down. Blah blah blah. Well, you're not gonna be here no more, bitch. Bye. But I mean, I'm looking at the way this thing moves. There's people that are like that, and they go out of their way to make themselves that way. And I'm thinking I might not be able to find this fucking thing. Because this guy, he's like, yeah, he says they're talking about that you're going to just go ahead and you're going to cut off sex. You mean you're finally now going to stop being a whore. And you're actually going to have men show respect. And it took Donald Trump winning the election for you to finally do that. It's like, come the fuck on, y'all. Come on. People don't think. They don't think. Maybe
I maintain that none of these women were having sex anyways.
That's what I'm saying. And they're all worried about having to be able to get an abortion and shit. And I'm like, oh man. I don't think that's going to be a problem, man. Really. Of course, I have to say, and I've seen it often, I'll see some kind of a beast like that walking through a store with a couple of little crumb snatchers around them that's obviously theirs. And the only thought that I can have in my mind is, how the fuck did that happen? There had to be alcohol involved. There had to be. There's no way that a rational, conscious thinking man is ever going to, I don't know, how do you even get a boner for that? You know what I'm saying? How does that even work? I couldn't, no, it's just ridiculous.
There's a chin for every day of the week.
I'm looking, I think I passed that guy. I think I passed it.
But you had to roll her around in flour to find the wet spot.
Yeah, right. Roll her in flour and wait for her to fart. You can do that too, wherever the poof comes from. Did you see that drone bird that the Chinese military has, man? You see this shit?
匿名队员呢是现在释放的一个仿生鸟，它的作用是现在呢看到的是一个仿生鸟在空中呢已经对我们前方的区域进行前后的侦查， 它仿生两个特点呢和另一名队员呢是现在释放的一个仿生两，它的作用是现在呢看到的是一个仿生两在空中呢已经对我们前方的区域进行前后的侦查。它仿生两个特点呢和另一名队员呢是。
What do you think about that, man? Awesome. Awesome. So yeah, we got pooched off of fucking YouTube. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to do a show here like we were talking about. I was going to do the Europa thing in parts, but apparently we cannot. Hey, there's Ironworks. Good to see you, buddy. Got a lot of people in here tonight. Dreamy Lynn's here, Saddlebum.
What's up, bud?
So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to go and I think one night we're going to go ahead and review the Truman Show. I just got to find. I'm looking to see if there's a copy online that I can use. If not, I have the DVD and I can hook up my little disc player to it, so it's no problem. So I'm thinking we're going to do that for the next show is look over the Truman Show and the symbolism and everything involved in that and how it relates to our actual real world, which I think you're going to find it's very close. I think you're going to find that it's very, very close. You got anything coming up, Ryan? I'm going to get off of here pretty quick. It would have been
I think
like
me and Roger are
3
going to do
hours.
something tonight. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Put your link and shit down there so that people can get to it, and
I'm sure Roger's doing that as we speak.
at least your channel. But yeah, I had a whole thing worked out that we were going to do, and obviously that is not even a subject we can touch on Rumble. However, we can get around some of that shit. I'll tweak it just a bit, but like I said, we're going to do a show and do that one and another one that I've been wanting to show for a while called The Land Beyond or The Land Unknown. And this is 1957, which of course is, I guess, like, isn't that right before the Antarctic Treaty? And it's a B-grade sci-fi film that the premise of it is that they take over where Bird left off. And I can probably, let me just do something here real quick. See what happens. All right, I'm going to zoom it up to like just to show that this, how it is at the very beginning. I can show this just for a couple of minutes. Well, that's not the one we want. We want to share screen. This. So this is kind of interesting because no other sci-fi movies had gone in this direction, and none did afterwards either. And the premise of the movie is they continue exploring beyond where Admiral Byrd did. And you'll see this is like, you can see the Antarctic scenes and everything right here. So you zoom up.
Explored the coast in 1928. And Admiral Byrd flew over the South Pole in 1929 and once again in 1947. Now, gentlemen, it's your turn. As officers of this great enterprise, you will facilitate our Navy's geographical and meteorological mapping operations. You will also investigate the phenomenon encountered by the Byrd expedition of 1947. A polar oasis consisting of a body of warm water completely surrounded by this vast desert of ice.
Now, this was known by people at this time. So this was in this movie, talking about this oasis and everything. They don't talk about that shit anymore. They don't talk about that. But that's what the thing is, and they're headed toward that area and going to do more exploration there. And that's the premise of the movie. And that's, I want to show that one here one night. So depending on what I find out here between now and tomorrow, will depend on whether or not we're going to watch that over on Rumble, or we're going to watch the Truman Show over on Rumble. So what do you think about that, Ryan? All right, then.
Very
Cool.
interesting. Are you trying to catch me off guard?
No, man. I'm just seeing if you're paying attention or not, bro.
I'm kind of doing two things at once, but I am paying attention.
I got you. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting movie, and of course, the Truman Show is a classic, especially for people in the flat Earth community, and anybody who hasn't ever seen it. We're going to kind of break that down, because between scenes we'll give a little bit of discussion because as to how these various scenes relate to our reality, so I think that's a good idea.
Wow, you could probably go around that movie for a while, and it might take you a while.
Yeah, it might absolutely take a while, but we're gonna do it nonetheless. Apparently we
There's a
can't
lot of
talk
Easter
about
eggs in it.
our small hat overlords. That's a verboten. Should have been a clue that you can't find that on Rumble. You can find it on Odyssey. You can find it on BitChute. And I put the Odyssey link, and I'm going to see if it comes through. Because Lowry said there was a problem with it coming through last time. So let's see if it works this time. I'll put it in over here on the StreamYard, and let's see if it comes over onto the YouTube. And if it stays, let me know if you see that over on the YouTube. Does anybody see that link that I just put in the chat? If y'all can put a one down there if you saw the link. Okay, there's people seeing the links. All right, cool. I'm going to put it in over here too on Rumble so people can go over there and watch it. You'll have to watch it in parts unless you have 12 hours to spend, man, at one time, which a lot of people really don't, especially now. And, everybody busy with so much shit. Cool, everybody's got it. All right, good. Everybody's got it. They can go over to Odyssey and check that out. Awesome. And like I said, we'll do either, I always want to call it The Land Beyond, but it's called The Land Unknown from 1957. And we'll give that a look-see. We'll probably be able to make some jokes about it as it goes, because it is a kind of a hokey B-grade movie, but I think the concept of it is rather interesting. But yeah, as we break down the Truman Show, that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to do my search and see if I can find the shit to be able to do that with right after I get off here in just a few minutes. And unless you've got something you want to share with us before we roll out of here tonight. No? All right, then. And speak now or forever hold your peace. So I'm sorry, folks, that things didn't work out to be able to watch that. I have given the link so that everybody can go ahead and watch that on their own if they wish to. A lot of people don't know where to look for it at. Now, Odyssey is another platform that seems to be a little bit more free than Rumble, but maybe the reason Rumble has gotten a little better is because they have capitulated to the Blue Jays a little bit. That's the way it appears to me. But whatever, that when you cut a man's tongue out, you don't prove him a liar. You are just proving that you're afraid of what he might say. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and sign off of here. I want to wish everybody a good night, and keep in there. We found where our boundary lies, didn't we? So until next time, as long as you got fish sticks, rubbers, and a getaway car, you're halfway ahead of the game. And Lord loves a working man. Don't trust Whitey, and see your doctor and probably fire him or something. So we'll see you next time on Sovereign Soul, Unchained Mind. Good night, everybody.
Good night.